how's it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward, and right now I'm in the middle of a chest and back workout, and this is a unique training session because I'm doing all single limb exercises, meaning I'm doing a set for one side of the body and then a set for the other side of the body. And this changes up your training stimulation entirely. When you train one arm at a time, and of course if you're doing legs, training one leg at a time, it changes up things entirely because you can really focus on the muscles of that side of the body. So I mean, today I'm really focusing on one pec at a time, one lat at a time, and of course all the supporting and stabilizing muscles that come into play with those exercises. It really changes up the way your muscles get activated. And in addition to that, it engages your core to a great degree as well, because when you're lifting with one arm at a time, your body is off balance. So your core has to come into play to stabilize and support yourself. So it can really change up your exercises and give you some unique muscle stimulation. So what I'm going to do right now is take you through the full chest and back workout, and then over the next several training videos I'm going to be putting together a full bodybuilding split routine using single limb training. So I'm going to cover workouts for all your major muscle groups, so make sure to stay tuned for those. But in the meantime, let's just jump right to it with the chest and the back training. And the first exercise of the workout is the single arm cable crossover. And this is a good isolation exercise for the chest, and I'm using it as a warm-up slash pre-exhaust exercise before I get into my heavier compound pressing exercises for the chest. Now you notice as I'm doing this, I actually have my free hand placed over my chest, over the working pec. And the reason for this is because it helps to create more mind-muscle connection when you can actually feel the muscle working and stretching and contracting as you're doing your exercises. So if you have trouble feeling a body part working, like I know a lot of guys complain that they can't feel their chest when they're doing their chest exercises, well, simply placing your free hand over the working muscle will help to increase that mind-muscle connection, and it will give you more awareness in the muscles that you're training. I mean, it's only a small little tip, but it can make a difference in the quality of your workouts. So if you are going to give these single limb exercises a try, I encourage you, when possible, to place your free hand over those working muscles and just see if it makes a difference for you. And the next exercise in the workout is one arm lat pull downs. And for this chest and back workout, I'm going to be alternating back and forth between a chest exercise and a back exercise. So basically working agonist and antagonist muscles back to back. And when you do this, it helps to increase your overall strength and energy throughout your workout. Because, I mean, as your chest is working, your back is getting a little rest. As your back is working, your chest is getting a little rest. So you'll actually feel fresher and stronger throughout the duration of your workout if you space out your training this way, versus if you did all your chest exercises first and then all your back exercises afterwards. And you'll notice here on the video that I'm actually supinating my grip as I'm doing the one arm lat pull down. So at the top of the movement, I have my hand facing away from me, and then as I pull the weight down, I twist my hand around so that my palm is facing towards me at the bottom of the exercise. And by doing this, you'll actually increase the range of motion. You'll get a better stretch at the top and a better peak contraction in the bottom of the exercise. And in addition to that, as you do a one arm lat pull down, you're going to feel your obliques, your serratus, and all those stabilizer muscles along the side of your body coming into play to balance and support yourself as you do the movement. Now this next one is a very challenging exercise, the single arm push-ups. And I have to be honest, I haven't done this exercise in a while, and it took everything I had in order to be able to do this movement to shoot it on video for you. Now with this, how you position your body is critical. You need to position yourself like a tripod. So you need to spread your feet wide and have your arm out in front of you, so you're literally like a tripod in order to balance your body. And it also helps to have your elbow tucked in close to the side of your torso, and this will place more of the workload on the triceps and on the chest, and it'll place less rotation on the shoulder joint, so it'll help to protect your shoulders while you're working your chest and triceps. Now, again, this is a very advanced movement, so I know a lot of people watching this right now are probably not going to be able to do the single arm push-up. And if that's the case, then you can do a modified variation with a barbell set up in a power rack or in a Smith machine, and simply do your push-ups leaning at a 45-degree angle. And by doing this, you're going to cut your body weight resistance down considerably, and it's going to make the movement a lot easier. So the same thing applies. You still want to position your feet wide apart so that you have that wide base, that kind of tripod base that I mentioned earlier. But by doing your push-ups leaning against a rack or a barbell set up in a rack, this will allow you to perform higher repetitions and do so with better form, and then eventually you may be able to build up to doing full one-arm push-ups on the floor. And the next exercise in our workout is the one-arm dumbbell row. Now, this is a pretty common exercise in a lot of back workouts, and it's a great movement for building balance and proportion between the left and right sides. Now, with all these single limb exercises, if you notice that one side of your body is stronger than the other, and very often there will be an imbalance because most people are stronger with their dominant side, then what I want you to do is purposely start with your weaker side first, and then do the exact same number of repetitions for your stronger side afterwards. And this will help to develop balance and proportion between the left and right sides. So very often what will happen is you'll end up repping out to failure with your weaker side and then stopping short of failure with your stronger side. So by doing this, it's going to provide a little bit more muscle stimulation for that weaker side, and over the course of several weeks of doing this, it'll help that weaker side to catch up to your stronger side in terms of development. Now, this next exercise is a unique one. It's the single arm dumbbell bench press. Now, you're probably familiar with two-arm dumbbell bench presses, but when you use one dumbbell at a time, it really forces your body to balance and stabilize itself. I mean, you're literally totally off balance with this movement, so it really activates the muscles of your core to stabilize and support your body. Now, in order to do this exercise, I recommend laying down on the floor on an exercise mat and spacing your feet wide apart. When you have your feet wide apart, it will give you a good base to prevent your body from twisting side to side. And in addition to that, you can place your free hand over your working pec. I mentioned this earlier in the video about how placing your free hand over the working muscle can help to create more mind-muscle connection. And in this case, it can also help to balance and support yourself as you're doing the exercise. Now, when you're first doing this movement, I recommend starting light and learning the proper mechanics and technique and just learning how to balance yourself as you're doing the exercise. Don't assume that you're going to just jump in and handle the exact same weight that you do for a regular two-arm dumbbell bench press, because the one-arm dumbbell bench press feels totally different. So just play it safe, start off light, learn the exercise, and then build up the weights gradually. And the final exercise of our chest and back workout is the single arm seated row. Now, for this one, you can use whatever seated row machine that you have available at your local gym. I'm using a plate-loaded seated row, but you could use a weight stack machine, you could use a cable seated row. It really doesn't matter. The mechanics of the exercise are the same regardless. Now, the main thing you want to focus on with this exercise is getting a good peak contraction in your lats. So as you row the handle in, really focus on squeezing your lats hard and holding it in that peak contraction position for a second at the top. And by doing this, you'll really get a good mind-muscle connection, and it'll help to activate your lats to a great degree. Now, I know a lot of people have trouble feeling their back muscles working when they're doing back exercises. And slowing down your repetition cadence and really focusing on squeezing your lats at the top of each repetition can help to create more mind-muscle connection and give you a better workout in the lats. And just like with all the single limb exercises, if you do find that one side is stronger than the other, then make sure to start with your weaker side first and perform the exact same number of repetitions for your stronger side afterwards.
And to quickly recap the workout, we started things off with the single arm cable crossover fly. For this one, do 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions per arm, followed by single arm lat pull downs. Again, 3 sets of 10 to 12 for each side. Then we did the single arm push-ups. And with the push-ups, you can either do the modified variation in the power rack, or if you're strong enough, you can do them on the floor. And for this, you can basically do as many repetitions as you can. It's okay to rep out to failure with the push-ups. After that, we did the single arm dumbbell row. Again, 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps per arm, followed by the single arm dumbbell bench press, and then we finished things off with the single arm seated row machine. Now with all these exercises, you can do as many progressively heavier warm-up sets as you feel you need in order to work up to your top weight working set. I mean, the guideline of 3 sets of 10 to 12, that is your working weight sets. It doesn't count your warm-up sets. So again, don't skimp on the warm-ups. If you feel you need more warm-ups, then by all means do them. And there you have it. That concludes the workout. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to post those down in the comment section below, and I'll chat with you down there. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to the Total Fitness Bodybuilding YouTube channel so that you can stay up to date with all my latest instructional workout videos. Have yourself a fantastic day, and I look forward to talking to you in my next video. Take care, over and out.